Previously on Dirt Nights.
Temperature just dropped from over 100 degrees to 99 degrees.
I don't think there's anyone out here that wants this deal more than I do.
Gustin on the low side, Shryock on top, the final turn.
Drive safe. Don't drive the car. Stand up and drive it.
Looks like Grips lost a tire over there in turn 2.
Anyone that thinks the life of a professional race car driver is all glitz and glamour needs to spend one August afternoon in Caney, Kansas.
I don't know how people live in this, but she's a warm one.
This is stop number 3 on the hunt for a national points championship, and conditions in the pit are approaching dangerous.
I think the highest of the thermometer in the trailer today was 114 degrees, and it feels like about 130% humidity. I can still sweat. There's got to be the closest spot to the sun today.
It's still early in the 20-race marathon known as The Hunt. But this swing through Kansas is taking its toll on the Dirt Nights, and the heat has only been half the problem. The results on the track have been mediocre at best. Corey Drips has been the bad luck kid. He busted a ball joint in Jetmore and followed that by losing the entire front wheel to a broken spindle in Humboldt.
We broke our Ford Torino spindle last night. We had to put a left front Pinto spindle on the right front of our car to make it work. You go to all that work to get the front end settings just right, roll center perfect, migration, camber, caster gain, everything perfect. Then you go do this, hillbilly engineering out here, and it works better than anything you've designed in the shop.
We got issues here. Corey! Hey!
Mike Spaulding's return to racing lasted a total of about 4 laps in Humboldt. But this is one guy who won't let a few dents slow him down. Now if he can just get his inexperienced crew on track.
Working with a new crew is a little tough, trying to get these guys broke in on the procedures and what to do and what not to do. He's new, great worker, but isn't around race cars much, so. Here. Remember when I have you put something together, Aaron? That means you got to put it together.
I couldn't find that here.
Then don't put it in the drawer. Tell me about it next time. I got to know this stuff.
Racing's the easy part, Mike.
The new car isn't making things easy either. Today it's a brand new shock that won't hold gas pressure.
It's staying? So that's what it was. Strainer valve with the core. Okay. Well, that's a good thing then.
In the Tesh team camp, the start of the hunt has gone about like the entire season. Just so-so. But for John Tesh, that's nowhere near good enough.
Being totally winless like this kind of aggravates me a little bit, but we're out here trying our best. I mean, we're working at it, and as long as we keep doing that, it'll come to us. It just not as easy maybe as it was last year, I guess.
Hot laps takes on a whole new meaning in 100+ degree temperatures. But it doesn't seem to be slowing down the A-Train, Al Hayna.
Track seemed to be pretty good out there for hot laps. I think the car's going to be pretty good tonight. Felt really good. Best I felt on hot laps this week.
Last night in Humboldt, Hayna ran 4th, his best finish in weeks, and good enough to move into the top 10 in the Hunt standings after just 2 events. Kelly Shryock leads the way, with Zach Vanderbeek in second by a single point over the Reaper, Ryan Gustin.
We got to pick it up tonight, I know that. We got to gain some points. We're sitting in third. We got passed by Zach Vanderbeek last night by 1 point. Man, it's so tight. There's about the top 5 in points are within 30 points of each other. It's a battle right now. It's going to be a hell of a championship this year. Whoever wins this thing, they deserve it.
Like he was at 4th heat.
One guy you don't see in the top 10 is Corey Drips, who's had a nightmare start to his hunt run, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better here in Caney.
I got my own row in the 4th heat. And I got him right in front of me. We can wreck both cars in one shot this way.
It is go time.
For the Knights, the evening in Caney begins in Heat 2, with John Tesh, Al Haina, and Ryan Gustin going head to head to head.
We've got Vanderbeek and Morton on the front row. Your flagman will take a look as they enter turn 3, somewhere in the middle. They'll pick it up, and so did he. Here we go. Vanderbeek and Morton take them into turn 1. Morton on the high side. Vanderbeek down on the bottom. The 33 car jumps off 2. Vanderbeek down the chute, looks real strong right down on the bottom of the raceway. Brandon Morton settled into the 2nd spot, and Al Haina in the 7 car is in 3rd. Vanderbeek still showing us the way in the 33. Brandon Morton hanging on in the 2nd spot in the black 11. Al Haina in the 7 car in the 3rd position, also on the bottom of the raceway. The white flag will fly. White flag is out on Vanderbeek's number 33. Followed by Morton, Haina, and the 14. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the winner of your 2nd qualifier, Zach Vanderbeek in the 33. Brandon Morton in the 11. Al Haney in the 7.
To be honest with you, the car looked better. It looks like it needs about 70 points a gear.
Wait and see here. I could be 11th, 12th, or 13th. Be nice not to have to go out and run a bead and not have to worry about something stupid falling off the car in 12 laps and miss the show completely and split our bar.
A new track, but so far similar results for the Dirt Knights. Will anyone get it rolling in Caney? The heat is on in Caney, Kansas. And not just because the thermometer pushed over 110 today. It's more because the Dirt Knights drivers are struggling.
We need the money, but we'd be better off if we'd rain out.
We're gonna have to find some gear somewhere because 8,300 ain't gonna cut it.
We'll be in a B, probably towards the front of one, I guess. So that'll be another busy night for us.
Earlier in the hot lap session, Mike Spaulding finally got a chance to put the new 17S through its paces. And it looks like things are getting a little closer.
It stops, it turns left. You know, I feel like the ass end, yep. Feels like the ass end's kicking on me. It's going and getting into the gas real quick. No, I think we'll be all right.
On the track, Heat 3 is underway. And Derek Ramirez is locked in a battle with hunt leader Kelly Shryock for a ticket to tonight's feature.
Now we've got Derek Ramirez in 3rd, and the 3 of Kelly Shryock has moved up into the 4th spot. He'll dive up, he'll come to the bottom. The checkered flag will fly. It's going to be Johnny Bone Jr. in the 12.
Another solid run for Ramirez. Good enough to make the feature. Corey Drips and Mike Spaulding are ready to roll in Heat 4. Mike still trying to get the feel for his new ride. And Corey in a battered and pieced together 31.
Qualifying's a real big deal here. We've got to pass some cars to get ourselves in a position to get the show out of this heat or start up front in the B main.
4th of 5, and the green comes out. Here we go. Schulenberg quickly leads them into 1. John Allen on the outside. Payne drives of 4. Muhlenberg by Carling. Here comes Payne. Payne, your leader, down to 2. Muhlenberg in second. John Allen and Lucas Conley right there in his hip pocket. Payne will bring them off 4. The checker flies. Jeremy Payne, your winner.
Corey Drips holds his own, but is headed for another B main. But for Mike Spaulding, it's a battle of small victories, and completing this heat race is one of them.
Just feels like there's no right rear in the car.
That's what I feel like right now too.
I'm just, even trying to roll it through, my ass end just wants to leave me. Not even in the gas.
You can take the right side bars and shorten them, a couple turns each. That'll take some trail out of the car.
The B mains are approaching.
12.
But Al Haina won't need to worry about that. Haina's third place heat run was good enough to get him in the feature. Now he's got a little extra time to get the 7 car in shape. While John Tesh, Ryan Gustin, Corey Drips, and Mike Spaulding will all have to earn a spot in the feature the hard way.
Kind of got some R&D stuff going on here. We've kind of been working with this pull bar deal for a little bit. Look, I think it's better than anything we've done all year, so I think we're going in the right direction with it.
Tesh will test the new adjustments in B main number 1, with the 31 of Corey Drips and Reaper Ryan Gustin right behind him.
All right, getting ready to go green this next time by. Track's taking a shine to it. I'm usually better in the shine than I am the dust.
Siebert takes them into 1, down on the bottom into 16. Ryan Gustin in the 19R car moves up to get in the fray as he moves up to the 4th spot. Tesh gets a jump on the outside in the 14 car. He's taking over the 2nd spot. Allen in the 98 in 3rd. Heads up, the 31 car off over the top of the backstretch, and that'll bring a yellow out. Corey Drips in the 31.
For the 3rd straight race, the 31 team's night ends in disaster. Corey Drips is out, and after a horrible start to the hunt, he's probably not simply out for the night.
Would like to be mad at the cars that I think do you some injustice on the racetrack, but at the same time, we're so slow that we're back there racing with them idiots, so I guess it's my own damn fault for being that slow.
Back on the track, John Tesh and Ryan Gustin continue to battle for a spot in the feature.
They're still bumper to bumper down the back chute. Tesh on the outside, Siebert down on the bottom. Siebert has led every lap in this one. The white flag comes out, and it's going to be Tesh leading this one. We have a car looped in turn number 2. The checkered flag will fly. It's going to be John Tesh in the 14, Austin Siebert in the 16, John Allen, followed by the 19, the 17, and the 12.
The race went good. We wound up winning it. Halfway through it, I hit a tire on the infield there. I got my front end all knocked out of whack, so we're going to put a drag link on it. Otherwise, I was pretty happy with the car. We're just going to leave the setup and everything. We're just going to get our tires and fuel in it. Then I think we'll be good.
What do you think? Jump. Absolutely horrible.
What's the matter with it?
Ain't got no drive whatsoever. 0.
Ryan Gustin will join Tesh in the feature, but a 5th place run in a B won't cut it for Gressel Racing.
It's only, I think, 110 now. I wouldn't mind that rainstorm just after the feature. We dropped the right lower trailing arm and the panhard bar. What that's going to do is hopefully give me a little more side coming in the corner.
For Mike Spaulding, every chance to get behind the wheel of the 17S is another step towards getting back to the top of the game.
Now once I get the car figured out, I'm going to have to control my gas pedal. And I'll tell you what, this motor is from Mullins Race Engines. It's just wicked. It's just wicked.
Everybody, here we go. The green is out. Johnny Scott leads him into the corner. Burrell on the outside.
not the way Mike wanted to start. But since it happened on the first lap and there's no serious damage, they'll line him up and try again.
Keep Morell on his outside nose. Green flag will fly. Morell this time with a slight advantage, leads him into the corner. Scott brings him off. The leader now in lap traffic as he catches the 2R2 automobile. Scott gets by in clean fashion. Weeder now. Weeder, Morell, Meyer, and Shyrock in that order. On the bubble is the 14 car. The 14 of Steve Lacey. Weeder, Morell, Meyer, Shyrock, and Lacey. They're 4 wide, coming off 2. Your winner coming off 4, Johnny Scott in the 1. The battle for second. Tommy Weeder, Tommy Meyer, Mark Morell. Morell, and it's going to be Weeder in the second spot.
He started 11th and finished 8th. Not a win, and not even good enough to make the feature, but a personal victory for Mike Spalding.
The second one?
Yeah,
Okay, you passed the cars then.
I passed 2.
Yeah. I like how your car comes off the corner, goes down the straightaway straight.
Yeah.
I mean, the tail doesn't kick out and slide down the straightaway.
I just don't feel like I don't have any side at all.
Side bite.
Yeah.
Corey Drips and Mike Spalding are done for the night. And for the first time in weeks, none of the Dirt Knights drivers are in the redraw for the feature. So if anybody wants to put a good end to what has been a miserable day in southern Kansas, they'll have to work through a lot of traffic to do it.
Sitting on the pole, Jeremy Payne from Springfield, Missouri. Johnny Bone Jr. on the outside as they pick up the throttle. The green is out. Bone will lead him into 1 in the 12 car. Johnny Bone Jr. in the 12 car. He's your leader as they get spread out around the quarter mile. Everybody racing for position. Heads up, hot stuff. The yellow flag will fly. The yellow flag will fly. We have Tommy Meyer down here, and we also have Austin Siebert in the 16, sitting down in the corner. And about 4 others tangled up in it. They all got driven away.
Caution is out at Caney Speedway with Johnny Bone Jr. leading the way. Back in the pack, a pair of former teammates, John Tesh and Derek Ramirez, are locked in a duel for the top 10.
And the green is out. Johnny Bone, Jeremy Payne, Rodney Sanders, Brandon Morton, Zach Vanderbeek, Terry Phillips, Derek Ramirez,
What every driver and race fan fears has happened to the Caney Speedway tonight. The track is rubbered up and blocked down. As a race progresses and more drivers run the same line, a dirt track will actually take rubber from the tires until there is only one lane with all of the traction. Any car that moves out of that lane will fall back in a big hurry, so passing is nearly impossible.
Sanders, he creeps by on the inside. The top 3 now in clean air once again. Smoke from Brandon Morton's number 11 car. Being pursued by Zach Vanderbeek in the 33. Terry Phillips in the 75. your leader at the back of the field. Gathered up a ton of traffic now as he's on the back bumper of the 19 car and the 65 of Tommy Meyer. Johnny Bone gets a little loose in the corner, has to gather it back up.
With just a couple laps to go, Al Haina has the 7 car in the top 10 and set for a finish that will move him up towards the top 5 in the Hunt standings.
The white flag is out on the 12 car.
But disaster strikes in turn 1 of the final lap.
Oh my God! This son of a killed on me!
Your winner, Mr. Johnny Bone Jr.
Last lap and he killed. My God, last lap and this thing died. Last lap and it died. I just lost all my power. I don't have any power.
You find me better modified racing than that and I'll buy the whole track.
Woo!
That is awesome.
I lost power again. Touch the
Damn it! Oh my God! How in the hell can that happen? No way! The last lap! The last lap! Are you kidding me?
It is perhaps a fitting end to what has been a tough day for everybody in Caney, Kansas. The best of the bunch was the 4R of Derek Ramirez, who ran 7th, right in front of his former teammate, John Tesh.
If we keep doing nights like this and going forward in the feature, we can be there at the end, but it's a long hunt yet.
But John and Derek were the only knights in the top 10. A rare off night for the 19R as Ryan Gustin finished 16th. Al Haina's last lap power failure knocked him back to 17th.
Well, that only cost us 35, 40 points. I could bite a wrench right in half right now.
But the hunt for a national championship doesn't wait for a team to sort out its problems. Instead, they have to crank up the big rigs and get on the road for the 3-hour trip to the next track and another day in the dirt. In the southwest corner of Missouri is the bustling town of Monett. After 3 days boiling in a Kansas kiln, the heat wave is over. For the Dirt Knights teams, the change in weather will hopefully bring a change in performance on the track. In the race for a national points championship, the rough night in Caney shook up the standings. Kelly Shryock still leads the way, but by just 3 points over Zach Vanderbeek. Derek Ramirez made the biggest move in Caney, jumping from 5th to 3rd, while Ryan Gustin slipped behind Jason Hughes into 5th.
Last year I was way down, like freaking 14th or something in the points. Then a couple races, but no, we'll be just fine.
Without question, the biggest wild card on any race night is the track itself. Unlike local weekly drivers that can learn every bump and crease in their home track, the Dirt Knights are faced with a completely different playing field every night out.
Kind of more of a red clay track than what we've been on. It's a racy little thing. A lot of times in the heat races, it's pretty heavy and it's single file. It's really hard to pass. The corners aren't that wide. You get a car, you know, when the wetter the track is, the faster the cars are and the more sideways they are through the corner. And everybody's fast.
A new track likely means a completely new setup on most of the cars. That makes it tough for a guy like Mike Spaulding, who's just trying to get a feel for a new ride.
It's hard to read it right now because there's some bite out there, but we're turning just as quick a lap time as everybody else out there. So I think the changes we made are good. As that track works in and starts cleaning off a little bit, and we'll know, but right now I'm happy with the car, definitely.
So just what does separate the best modified drivers from the rest? The driver? The crew? The car? Or the track? Or is it something completely different?
I know a couple guys that say don't eat chicken before on race day. I don't know. I bought a chicken.
When I've eaten chicken before, I've had a bad night.
I would say, yeah, I'm superstitious. I know Ryan is.
The whole black cat deal, I'm a pretty firm believer in that, you know. Turn a truck and trailer around before for that.
I really don't believe in it, but I'm not gonna lie, I shy away from it.
Whether you eat chicken on race day or not, the consensus still is, as a dirt track racer, you make your own luck. The Gressel racing team is doing just that right now, deciding late in the day to replace what they think is a tired motor with a new one. It's one thing to change out a motor in record time. It's another to turn that new motor into a win. In Monett, Missouri, Joe Bob Cianowski and the Gressel racing team just changed out the motor on the 19R. And not a minute too soon, because it's time to crank them up for the heats. The broken and bandaged 31 and Corey Drips will get the first shot at the 3/8 mile Monett Speedway in Heat 1.
All right, we're gonna try and pull the trigger just slightly earlier on the start. Terry Phillips on the inside, he's got 1,000 laps around this place, so we're gonna have to get a hell of a jump.
You gotta do, here they come, out of turn number 4, as the green flag will fly. Terry Phillips leads it down the front chute. Terry Phillips leads it out of turn number 2, down the back stretch, the 7 of Jason Crone. In second, the 31 of Corey Drips, up to the top side. Flag coming out is the 31 of Corey Drips. Losing the handle in 3 and 4.
It's pretty obvious the 31 still has some major problems. It could be the start of another long night for Drips.
Whatever's going on with this different spindle combination, it's made the car undrivable. I can't drive the car.
In Heat 2, a couple of nights square off with the 4R of Derek Ramirez on the outside of row 2 and the 17S of Michael Spalding in the back row.
Derek Ramirez in 3rd, and Rodney Sanders in the 20 and 4th. White flag coming out this time by the 118, 1 lap to go. And the checker flag coming out, the 118 of Terry Beckham, your winner.
Another step in the right direction for Spalding, but both he and Ramirez will have to run a B. With a new motor under the hood, the 19R and Ryan Gustin hit the track along with the current Hunt leader, Kelly Shryock. For a lot of race fans, the idea of running 100 miles an hour side by side with 8 other cars on a 3/8 mile chunk of dirt is fun to watch, but hard to imagine. It looks and sounds something like this.
Jesse Stovall out front, Kelly Shryock in 2nd, Ryan Gustin 3rd, Johnny Scott in 4th. all the way in heat race number 3. Dustin now in second, Tryon third. Johnny Scott holding down fourth, and it's a 3-car battle for fifth.
And that's how it's done.
And that track is hammer down out there. Should be pretty good in the show.
There'll be no B main for the 19R tonight. Gustin is in the feature. The sun is setting on a picture-perfect summer evening in Monett, Missouri. And the best modified drivers in the country are searching for the perfect setup to tackle Monett Speedway. John Tesh started in the back of the pack in Heat 5, and although he moved up a couple of spots, it wasn't enough to qualify for the feature. But before he can run a B main, he's got to tackle a serious brake problem on the 14 car.
Get a new line. Needs a new line. Do it again.
Still not getting any fluid. Did you bleed the other side?
No.
As Tesh and Sponge play beat the clock with their brakes, the first B main of the night gets on the track, with Al Haina and Mike Spaulding battling for a top 6 finish and a spot in tonight's money race.
Here they come out of turn number 4. 2 by 2, they go through 1 and 2. Rodney Sanders with the advantage as they go down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Here comes the 65 of Meyer on the top side, leading lap number 1, Rodney Sanders. Rodney Sanders out front, Tommy Meyer in second, Al Haina third. A battle for fourth with Johnny Scott and Zach Vanderbeek. And riding around in 6 to 17 of Mike Spaulding. Meyer and Sanders having a great battle up front for the lead. Meyer on the high side. Does he have the momentum out of turn 4? New leader, Tommy Meyer. White flag coming out, Tommy Meyer with 1 lap to go. And the checker flag coming out, Tommy Meyer, your winner.
The A-Train did just enough to get in the feature, but he's a long way from victory lane.
Go ahead. I'm just thinking. I'm not. Don't look at me while I'm thinking.
And the 17S ran a solid race but finished 7th, 1 place out of the show. Still, Mike Spaulding has come a long way in just 3 nights.
It still doesn't seem to have any more drive forward.
What it seemed to me, you had a good lead on the guy behind you, and then you went topside and you started to slow down.
I didn't feel good on the bottom. The car started getting free coming off. That's why I went to the top to see if I could come off any better.
Thought you, because you had a good ass lead.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of wear on these tires too. You know. But we're in a situation where we don't have a whole lot of tires.
Open it. Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot more now. Getting air?
No, stream of fluid.
Back at the 14-team trailer,
Come on, my window net's down. We gotta go.
John Tesh has the brake situation sorted out just in time. B-main number 2 is loaded with knights, with Derek Ramirez and the Ramirez Racing 4R on the pole.
Here they come on the turn number 4. Ramirez out front. Shryock and Tesh battling out for second. Jackie Dalton in fourth. And Colt Mather in fifth. Ramirez back out front. But here comes John Tesh winding it up on the high side. As he comes out of turn number 4, it's getting dangerously close to the top of turns 1 and 2.
Midway through the race, John Tesh is closing hard on his former teammate Derek Ramirez, but pushes the high line over the limit in turn 1. Now the 14 will really have to move to make the top 6 of the feature.
Derek Ramirez back out front. He leads him down the back stretch. Kelly Shryock, Jackie Dalton, Joe Dubois, and here comes Corey Drifts. This is a 3-car battle for 4th. White flag coming out. Derek Ramirez with one more time around. Checkered flag in the air. Derek Ramirez, your winner.
Another stellar run for Derek Ramirez. But the patched up and zip-tied 31 car was even better, starting dead last and running all the way to 4th. But the best run belonged to John Tesh, who was running second, went off the track and slid to the back and battled all the way up to 5th and into the feature.
We still got no brakes, so I'm pretty tickled just to be in the show right now.
Car ain't great, but it got the job done. Drove it off the track in a qualified spot there. I don't know what the hell I was doing. With the trickery we have going on in the front brakes, sometimes you get on the brakes too hard and it walks the nose and jump the cushion, so we had to make some adjustments. And we'll get the best we can tonight in that A main.
When Dirt Nights returns, it's feature time in Monett, and the table may be set for the Reaper to make a big move in the hunt for a national championship. Five of 6 Dirt Nights drivers are putting the finishing touches on their cars and getting ready to tackle the red clay of Monett Speedway in Monett, Missouri, with $3,000 on the line for the feature winner. The Reaper, Brian Gustin, will start on the inside of row 5 with a who's who list of modified drivers in front of him. Derek Ramirez starts 14th, while Al Hana, Corey Drifts, and John Tesh will go from the back of the field.
Nose to tail, door handle to door handle. Here they come out of turn number 4. Sam Conlanger with the advantage on the bottom, leads him out of turn number 2 down the back stretch. The 75 up, Terry Phillips now to the high side. Looking for the momentum coming out of turn number 4, leading lap number 1. Sam Conlanger. Dunlinger in second, Jeremy Payne third, Ryan Gustin in fourth.
A great start for the Reaper, quickly up from 9th to 4th. But the big move is coming from the back of the field in the form of the 31 and Corey Dripps, who started 20th, but is already up to 12th.
And Ryan Gustin on the top side through 3 and 4, trying to steal third from the 74 of Payne. Trying to get that car wound up, not able to make the pass just yet. Phillips coming into some heavy lap traffic. As those cars are battling for an 18th and 19th spot on the track. The 118 of Terry Beckham going to the pit area. His night is done. Terry Phillips still out front. Tim Dunlinger in second. Ryan Gustin in third. Jeremy Payne fourth. Johnny Bone Jr. battling with Jason Hughes for fifth. White flag coming out, 1 lap to go for Terry Phillips in the 75. And there he comes to the checkered flag. Terry Phillips, your winner here tonight.
The veteran wheelman from just down the road in Springfield, Missouri, Terry Phillips, takes the checkered at Monett Speedway. But a couple of dirt nights made a whole lot of noise. Ryan Gustin started 9th, but pushed the 19R, new motor and all the way to 3rd.
Run, buddy.
Thank you.
I haven't added up yet, but I think you might be back in the lead.
That was a good one there. We everyone else kind of hugged around the tires, and I went up to the middle of the top, started getting way up there to the top once it started cleaning off, and you know, I think we just needed a caution there at the end of the race. I think it might have been able to clear Phillips and Donlinger, but it's a good run for us tonight. Good points tonight.
And in what looks to be the tightest hunt race in years, tonight's run knocks Kelly Shryock out of the lead as the Reaper takes over the top spot after 4 events. But it was Corey Dripps in the bent, broken, duct-taped, and zip-tied 31 car that was the night's hard charger, passing 11 drivers on his way from 20th to a top 10 finish.